So, one course time, hello, för Thorfin finally snapping. Oh my god, last episode, Thorfin was like, yeah, and it's time to fight. It was good. Ja, det var skönt, det var skönt. Man är ju trött på att se Thorfin bara lulla runt där. Det var skönt. It was very satisfying to finally see Thorfin and Einar, of course, being like, hey guys, you can't, our crops, man, we spent like years, it's been like months of, I don't know, it's been months at least, yeah, removing those trees for the crops. So the first episode, so 3, 2, 1, and go. And for that matter, I just published a video about Thorgal, not Thorfin, so link below for that, and put that here someone, which is a Viking Belgian comic, which is the best comic ever. It is much better than this anime, much better. It's fantastic. Thorgal is really good. It's like Berserk of Belgian comics. Yeah, it's really amazing. So I heavily recommend it. Check it out if you're interested. It is genuinely the best European comic I think ever done. But here we go. It's a sheep. I guess he wakes up after he fights something. It's like it's kind of cute though. What is this? Adorable. It's like a little sheep jumping on Thorfin. Maybe he's dreaming of something. Like he's dreaming of maybe freedom or something. Yeah. Iceland, something like that. It's so loud. Got to put my poor eardrums. Maybe it's just my head. Yeah, maybe I just got into too much fights, you know, during my Viking ages. Oh, I got this thing. Okay, there we go. It's a dream. He wakes up. It's like a lucid dream. He's like, I'm in a dream, of course. It's a lucid dream, guys. Yeah. It's a lucid dream. It's nice. He's probably in jail or something. He probably wakes up after this fight like, oh yeah, I kicked your ass. Like, what is happening? He's like, awesome. I'm in a dream world. Yeah, I should have laughed, but it was just kind of comedic how he's like, yeah, god damn it, yeah, god damn it. Oh, I see, I'm in the dream. No, it was just kind of funny how he was like, aware of it. Oh, I see, I'm clearly in Elysium. I am dying, I'm in Valhalla, yeah, I passed through the another sex and he's like, it existed. Like he figured out that he was dead, basically, like what? But yeah, he's trying to find Einar here. Okay, yeah, double KO. You keep fighting here, of course, after the crops. It's nice to finally see Thorfin and Einar getting tired of it. Yeah, Thorfin. Well, he got hit by the shovel, right? Yeah, hit him with a shovel or something like that, a rake or something. Yeah, hit him with whatever it's called. What's it called in Danish? In Danish, it's called like, whoa, racka. Kratta, yeah, but it wasn't the kratta. It wasn't the kratta. It was something else. Hit him with like one of these the long shovel things. Yeah, what's that called actually in the Danish or Swedish? I'm not a farmer, okay. I'm more a fisherman, if anything. Yeah, I'm not a fish. I'm not a hacka. Yeah, hacka. Yeah, hacka panicki. That's probably what it's called. Hacka. Yeah. Yeah, that's how we call it. Hacka. Yeah, hacka. Yeah, you like hacka panicki. Yeah, like you hack stuff. Yeah, that's what it's probably called in Swedish and Danish and so on. There's this thing called these Finnish troops, you know, the hacka panicki. How's pronounced again? Hacka pilke? No, what is it called? Finnish. That you Swedish have. They're a special unit in Civ 6. If you play Civilization, those are your units. No, Carolina? Wait, wasn't there the Carolines? I'm thinking of the 5th game. I'm thinking of the Civ 5. I can't spell to it, okay? It's a Finnish word, I can spell to it. But it's also Hacke. It's a very similar Hacka Pelita. It's very hard to spell, okay? It's like Hacke again, Hacke Pelita. It's very hard to spell. Like, that's my defense of this thing. Hacke Pelita. Yeah, it's very hard to spell too. Okay? So they were hacking people. That's what they were calling that. Yeah, they were running around hacking people, you know. Get an image of it. Here's like a modern image of them. The Hacke Pelita is like a Finnish unit they would hack people. The Hakkapilika, they used to kind of, they looked at this kind of like. This is a modern reenactment of Hakkapalita, but it's like a Finnish-Swedish unit. So they were, Sweden and Finland was the same country, right? So they were like special units from Finland that were Hakkas. Yeah, they used to Hakka. But that's kind of what hit Thorfinn there. He got hit by a Hakka, yeah. I think, probably it's called. Okay, so now he wakes up, I guess, in like the Valhalla, Elysium, as it's called in Elysium. Yeah, he's like, I don't know why, I don't know if it's funny, but it was kind of comedic. He's like, oh, I'm dead, this is awesome. He was happy. He was like, hey, sheep guy, he comes dead. Yeah, he's like in heaven. Or the Valhalla then. Yeah, he's like, hey, bro. Yeah, he's like, oh, but this my new sheep. And he's just like, chilling out. Yeah, see you, man. It's like, hey, Dad, I'm also dead now. Like, why is he so happy? He's like, finally, the anime is over. Yeah, so he's like so happy now. He's like, hey, you also dead, Dad? We can meet each other in heaven? Yeah, he's like, his father probably tell him that, okay, go back to Earth, boy. You're too young to die. It's probably like, come on, what are you here for? You're only this age. Yeah, go back to Earth. There's no time to go to, well, it wouldn't be in Valhalla, it would be like in, what? It would be in Helheim. Where would they go? I mean, they wouldn't go to, Helheim is kind of where you usually end up as you're Viking, actually, but the thing is that you either end up in Helheim, right? Or you end up in, like, the proper Asgardian place. If you're like an honorable warrior and so on. But he didn't die in honorable war, though. He got hit by in the back, so he would actually probably go to Helheim. Yeah, now it's kind of like, because he didn't die in, like, he did a fight, but he didn't die in, like, a war. It wasn't honorable. And now he's dreaming about Einar, I guess. Yeah, he's back to the... Interesting. Yeah, his dad is like, you gotta protect your friend and so on. Yeah, you gotta go back and, be a hero. But actually, it kind of makes sense from a Viking mythological standpoint, because he probably wouldn't be allowed to go to the correct Heim if he's, dying like this, dying like a peasant fight. Yeah, they probably wouldn't count, I know it's like, yeah, Ghost Dad is like, gotta protect Einar, man. I mean, I hope, of course, that Putin's gonna get up and be like, I will become, get revenge on finally this Farmland. Oh, this is a dark, man. It's dark. He's goddamn Thorfinn is PTSD, man. Every episode he's like, no, father. Oh no, so the zombie grabs him again. Yeah, it's back to the zombie hands, right? But I think it's interesting from like a religious standpoint too, that this probably actually would be your reaction. If you're about to die in this place, would be like, shit, if I die here, I will go to Helheim. I will go down to, because hell, hell lies, so we will go to hell. It's the same word in Swedish, yeah. That's her name. If you've seen the Marvel movies, come on. Her name is Hela, right? Because she's the ruler of hell. Yeah, this actually isn't from, the Christianity. It's actually a place in Norse mythology, right? The word, yeah. Yeah, now they're in hell, right? But I actually think about that, like you call it hell, right, in English, so on, in Christianity, but the actual word for it in English comes from, the Vikings, yeah, because the Helheim and so on. That's what it comes from, and Hela, the goddess of hell, right? That's actually where it comes from, the word. So that's the history of that word, Well, it's spelled with one L though in Swedish. Yeah, in hell it's spelled with, hell is Hell, right? And now he's going to hell here, yeah, or hell then, yeah, so Helheim. Spelled with one L. But it kind of makes sense though. He's like, yeah, so now he's falling in, yeah, he's straight up falling into Helheim. That's I guess, or he's dreaming though. I mean, he's not dead, right? But he's dreaming that he's falling into Helheim. Ugh, yeah, it's kind of brutal there. Kind of dark, but yeah, so he's dreaming that he's falling into Helheim, right? That's kind of like, yeah, always pulled out by only his victims, right? Wait, water? Oh yeah, it turned into blood, of course. Now it really become Helheim here. Now it really become Helheim. Maybe Hela will appear. I wouldn't miss that. Yeah, it's like the zombies laughing at him and so on. My god! He's being pulled into Helheim, man. This is dark. The episode is freaking dark, man. Yeah, he's like seeing the visions of Helheim. There we go, yeah, all the different skeletons and zombies and everything down there, you know. Because it's like the dishonorable place, you know. So this makes sense from a religious standpoint, right? Because if you, again, if you die in the wrong way, right, and if you're not the proper, you know, Viking kind of thing, then you go down. Oh my God! Now it's getting now it's getting like laughing heads on the spears. Now it's getting now it's getting freaking brutal. Holy shit! This episode is very red. It's very tomatoey. My God, this scene! Holy shit! This scene is just crazy. I'm gonna keep it in this kind of format because this scene is, yeah, he's like in Helheim now. This scene is crazy brutal. Whoa. It kept, like, there was like a spear with like 5 heads flying through it, but like the heads were laughing, right, because they're like undead or whatever, and they keep having this, you know, internal war, right? Because if you go to Valhalla instead, you get to eat food and you're all happy, right? But if you go to, the dark places, then you just keep fighting forever. Yeah. Is that Björn? Looks like Björn. Is it Mama Björn? Yeah, it looks like Björn, right? Oh, Askelad. It's coming to court, right? Of course, it's gonna be Askelad too down there. Definitely Askelad. But it looks like Björn first. Mama Björn. Yeah, I think that's Björn, of course. But man, this is brutal. Like when the heads were laughing while they were, like the heads were getting stabbed, the heads were laughing. They were like, while they were getting like skewered. You're like, what a f, man. This scene is effing crazy, man. Yeah, they call Askelad, of course. Yeah, I mean, obviously with the blonde beards over him. Yeah, and I mean, we saw Björn before, so who else is gonna be, right? Yeah. So he's talking to Askelad down in hell now. Man, this episode is freaky, man. He's sitting now and talking to Askelad, and he's just laughing at him. He sits there and chills out. Yeah, Askelad sits there and chills out on top of this like internal struggle, right, in Helheim. Yeah, it's like Shigao, I should go to heaven or Valhalla, and I'm a good guy. Yeah, Jesus Christ, man, this is crazy. It was dark. It was crazy dark. But I mean, it's almost like slasher movie horror hard, right? When everyone's laughing, yeah, because everyone laughing, it just made it kind of weird. It made it kind of it didn't make it like as dark as it could be, because all the dead people were laughing after they were dying. They kind of made it less dark, I would say, honestly. It made it brutal and dark, but also kind of like weird. Yeah, like in Berserk, they wouldn't be laughing while they're getting, you know, destroyed, right? So it was kind of. Yeah, and I guess it's like, there's Björn, I think, again, probably. Yeah, Björn is down there fighting, right? Yeah, exactly, it's Björn, because he's like the big guy, you know. So Björn, of course, is Swedish for bear, right? So it's a very common name in Sweden. Yeah, Björn is very common, I think, in Scandinavia. Yeah, Björn. Similar to how he's, you know, Ylva, right? That is like Swedish for female wolf, right? Yeah. So Ylva is like a feminine wolf, right? You know, female. Yeah. So that's kind of a very similar name. You know, a lot of, you know, animal names are pretty common, old school. You know. Yeah. But I guess the imagery is kind of clear. If he falls down, he's dying into hell, right? So he needs to wake up before he can like falls into the pits of hell. Yeah, and it's like, you know, keep trying not to fall in here. I mean, you can see it kind of like he's trying to wake up, right? And if he doesn't have the spirit to wake up again, he's gonna fall into hell, right? So it's, yeah, kind of dark and growing there. And Askelad, he keeps laughing at him. Askelad is enjoying it. He's like, yeah, boy, you're gonna go down to hell with me, boy. Yeah, you're gonna come down with hell. You're going down, yeah. He's just like, it's gonna be awesome, yeah. This guy is enjoying it. Here comes all the zombies. And yes, North mythology has a lot of zombies, so this is not specific for, you know, this is a lot of, they aren't called zombies, but you get my point. Yeah, they're undead, right? There's a lot of undead, you know, generally in mythology, but Norse mythology have a lot of undead. Yeah. Greek mythology also has a lot of undead too, though. Yeah, of course, you know, the Styx and so on. Yeah, and different places in Hades also has a lot of. Oh man, this scene is oh yeah, this is the most. This episode is kind of surreal, brutal, man. Like we see all these weird like zombies trying to bite him or something. This episode is dark, literally very dark. What is this episode? It's like it reminds me of World War C when the zombies make like a zombie pile to chase after. Yeah, like they they create like a. Oh man, now the zombies crying. Oh, it's a weird episode. Now the zombies all sad here, but yeah, like they're trying to create this like like zombie pyramid to get to him. Incredibly dark episode. This episode is crazy dark. Holy shit, man. Yeah, he goes to hell, man. This is the Thorfin goes to hell. Yeah, but this is like the zombie here is crying at him. Yeah, the zombie here is all like sad. But of course, obviously, it's supposed to be one of his victims, right? Like one of the people Thorfin has. But this episode is really dark. Like literally, yeah. I keep saying it, but it's a very dark episode. This episode is like pure dark, man. Yeah, he's like, I remember you, poor old man. I didn't mean to kill you. Yeah, it's all like, oh no, this old man, I recognize him from that guy I killed and so on. Yeah. Like, this is like some maximum PTSD here. I know Thorfin is crying too. Is he gonna cry too? He's also gonna cry, and it's gonna be like, yeah, his tears are gonna hit the zombie. Man, this episode is brutal. He's bleeding in his mouth now. Oh my god, this episode is crazy. Yeah, now he's crying on top of the crying zombie. Holy shit, man. Oh no, I guess they're shooting at whatever. Yeah, they're shooting at the cry. The Helheim skeletons trying to snipe down crying Thorfin. Like, what is this scene? This scene is epic. This scene is epic crazy. What the fuck am I watching? Yeah, this. Okay, Askel's gonna help him. Ghost Daddy's gonna help him. He's gonna jump down there. Yeah, Askelord is like, I got you, boy. He's like, yeah, run, climb up, boy. Yeah, Askelord is jumping down to fight the skeletons and to help him. Nice. I'm still your papa. Yeah. That's pretty cute almost, yeah. But this feels Askelord would have done it. This feels Askelord would have done it. You know he raised him. You know he loved him in some weird way. He would probably, him and Björn would be like, we're your parents too, boy. Yeah, we raised you. They would also probably jump down there and be like, you're our little boy. Yeah, they would also fight for their boy. Yeah. They also would have, yeah. This episode is crazy, man. Yeah, just screaming at him in hell. You're a warrior, Thorfin. Wake up. Yeah, I didn't raise you to be a weakling. I raised you to be a warrior, right? I raised you to be a Viking. Yeah, get up, boy. Oh, now it goes black and white now. Oh, this episode is crazy. Yeah. He finally climbs up of hell. I guess he wakes up probably. It feels like super dramatic. It's like, it's gonna climb up hell. It's like, oh my god. Yeah, no, but honestly, it's like, you know, he's like climbing and he's like, I just woke up again. Yeah, it's like he wakes up on the normal, you know, plane. Yeah, it's like. He went from like incredibly dramatic scene to like, oh yeah, I'm up again. Hey guys, yeah, like, wait, he just left him there? Did he die or something? Maybe they took Einar to prison or something and he just left Thorfin there. Yeah, he just wakes up by himself in the field like, oh, it's just a dream. Yeah, it was a dream. It's like, honestly, I laugh at it because he was so anticlimactic. He's like, oh, it's just a dream. Okay. It's like, oh, that's fine. It's like, it was just a bad dream. Yeah, it's like, yes, it's just a bad dream, man. Einar is there though, gonna wake him up, I guess. Yeah, gonna save Einar. Well, he's just there, but probably fine though, right? He also is probably alive. He's gonna, you know. Yeah, Einar is up. But yeah, this episode was, oh yeah, what a weird episode. What am I watching? Like, he's crying on the zombie. But it's all a dream though, yeah, it's all a dream. I mean, it would be worse if it was something like Made in Abyss or whatever, but then it actually would be an episode. Yeah, if you see Made in Abyss, that would have been an actual level of Made in Abyss. They'd be like, oh, I have to fight my zombie dad? Yeah, that would be, my zombie mom, rather? Yeah, that probably would be an episode of Made in Abyss eventually, yeah. It definitely is a little less brutal or sad or whatever Because I mean, we do know that it is a dream. Yeah, we know that he won't actually be hurt by this. We know it's like an emotional PTSD, but we still know it's a dream, right? We a lot of other animes, they of course actually have these kind of scenes, and they're actually like this, right? Yeah, they're actually like, you know, this is what happens, right? Like they're actually stuck in some kind of hell dimension or whatever. I mean, it's still sad, but it does make it a little bit. I think, you know, the immersion is lost. I think to some extent, right? Because it is definitely still like we know that he's just dreaming, versus you know older animes where they actually go to hell and have to fight hell spawns or whatever, right? But yeah, I mean, of course, it's like he has a lot of trauma, going, you know, dead father, you know, and all the everything from that standpoint, right? Since that happened. Oh, and he's crying and the tears falls into the lake there, so it's like the water drops. A lot of nice details. Yeah. He's finally determined. Yeah, I mean, he's finally coming like, I will do it, Einar. Yeah, now he's like determined. He's like, yeah, I'm back, Einar. I'm back. Yes, he's finally getting up again, right? Of course, after that dream, he has to be, you know, he has to be determined now. That's that again. But I guess that was, you know, obviously dad in the ghost world. He's dad in Valhalla or whatever, right? Yeah, it's kind of like a Mufasa thing there. God, dad's like in the sky that disappears in the horizon. Yeah, it's like talking to his dead ghost dad. He's like, Father, what should I do? I got betrayed by this guy. You know that obviously, you know, the Lion King is based on Hamlet, right? Which is based on Hamlet, which is the best. Yeah, the traitor brothers. I mean, seriously, because the Lion King is clearly like the Hamlet, right? With Hamlet is based on Hamlet. This is also based on Hamlet, so very similar. It's like Mufasa, yeah, definitely by Mufasa there, but that's clearly on. There's a connection there, yeah. And obviously, I don't know about the anime that is basically Lion King as well. Kimba, of course. Yeah, not gonna talk to him, of course, and try to get them arrested, right? Something like that. Yeah, I mean, they would probably be like, oh, we gotta punish them, you know, and of course. Yeah, so that's like called a hacka. Yeah, I think so. Hacke. Yeah, that thing. But I mean, he's probably like, well, why you ruin the crops for it? He has like, maybe you shouldn't ruin the farm, man. We can't run a house like that. You can't go around and ruin the farm stuff. Yeah, and then you got this guy, you know, the wise man guy. Yeah, he's kind of like the, you know, he's like the village elder or whatever, right? Oh, that's the old man's back, of course. Yeah, old man with the horse and so on. It's back some advices. Yeah. I'm gonna be so started value now. I see them here hacking the classic line there, yeah. We're gonna water the crops, man, get my blueberries. Oh, blåbär. But yeah, that was an episode. That was dark, that was brutal. I still keep saying it though, we know it's a dream, and I do think that's fair to say. Yes, it is like relatable, and you sympathize with his PTSD, right? Which is very, you know, common in reality and so on too, right? But I certainly think it has a little bit lesser impact than some other animes, honestly. It's, again, still a very dark, gruesome scene, don't get me wrong. But just because I'll say it, right? Obviously, I've seen like every anime ever, but you know what I mean? I've seen so many animes, right? And I've seen so many animes where they actually get into hell or a similar station, right? Simple Made in Abyss popped in my head immediately. Like I've seen stuff like Made in Abyss, right, where they can like, basically go down into the layers of hell, right? And they're actually into fighting these zombies or being eaten alive, or whatever, right? So I think it definitely removes a little bit. You could see animes that have these actual scenes, and you know that the character might die, or maybe maybe they won't die, but maybe someone will die, or whatever. You know, if they're part of characters, maybe someone will, you know, be eaten alive, or whatever, right? Or you know, a TV show like Walking Dead or whatever. These guys just dreaming about zombies, right? So yes, it is a PTSD scene, clearly, but at the same time, it does feel a little bit like, I mean, I've seen other animes that has almost the exact same scene, but then they aren't dreaming, so it's a little bit, but still a very impressive scene. It was more, it felt more airy, right? Yeah, airy is the right word for it, airy, where the heads were laughing. It was more like an airy scene where you kind of have that, oh, why are the zombie heads laughing for or something? Yeah, that they're all being, they're sort of crying. It was just, it was a weird, it was very weird. Yeah, it was spooky, it was weird. So I mean, I definitely, I liked it a lot. But I think it's hard to explain because it feels like, it isn't that typical brutal scene. It's more like, what is going on? This is very strange, yeah. But when I think about it, it is more the scene was very like, weird, right? You know, like, oh, his heads are laughing and then they're crying, and it's a very weird scene. It's airy, much more than maybe necessarily brutal or maybe even dark. Yeah, also dark though. So kind of a dark, morbid comedy thing going on there, right? Very, very strange episode in that sense. In a good way, of course. I mean, strange in a good way. Yeah. I was being like, what did I just watch? Like, I was a bit confused. Like, what just happened? Not confused, but more like perplexed. Yeah, perplexed. Yeah. I was like, what did I see, guys? It was weird. It was weird. But like I said earlier, from a historical standpoint, though, it certainly would probably be very traumatic, almost dying or something in these fights, because if you actually believe in their, I mean, if you grew up like he did, right, during the religion, right, the Asa True, right, Asa Fate, Asa True is called now, you probably would be like, oh shit, if I die here, I go to hell, right? Yeah, I go to Helheim, right, because I have to die over there in an actual, you know, real honorable fight kind of thing. I can't die here, right? I'm gonna lose my, you know, my soul is gonna go down to hell. So it's certainly, yeah, I'm thinking about it. I mean, today we have, for example, a religion like Christianity, right? Christianity is like, you're gonna do this stuff and this stuff and this stuff, you go to heaven, right? You're gonna be a good person, right? But the Viking religion was kind of like, you have to die in an honorable war. It wasn't like, I gotta be a nice guy. It was like, no, I gotta do correctly, right? Yeah, so it was quite different, right? You know, and you probably would have a lot of, but it's very common, you know, in back in the days. That it was like, you kind of also want to go to these fights because you have to have this, you know, medal of honor, basically, right, to go up to heaven, basically, and so on. But like I said, I put it again, you know, I think it's kind of fun. People hear about, you know, I think especially with Marvel, right, with Hela and so on. Yeah, people hear about that, right? You know, that actually people might get confused, right? But again, you know, most likely, right, or this is the factor, but yeah, Helheim is the word for hell, right? And that is actually where. That's why, again, then Sweden, for example, that Swedish, Danish, and so on, Norwegian, have the same word for hell as in English, because it actually is a Scandinavian word, yeah. That's why the English use the word hell, right? Because Helheim, then, and Hela, right, or Hel, it's the daughter of Loki, for that matter, right? She's the daughter of Loki, actually. And yeah, so she's the daughter of Loki, she's the goddess of hell, right? Kind of like Hades is the god of, you know, the death realm, right? So, and she isn't really actually evil. Yeah, like she's put off as like evil, right? For example, in the Marvel movies, Hela, or Hel then, whose name also used to be Hela or Hel, she wasn't even evil normally, right? Because she's kind of like Hades, kind of like, I'm just the ruler of the dead, right? I'm not really necessarily evil, it's because I control the zombies. Doesn't make me necessarily a bad person, I just have this job, right? Like Hades isn't particularly evil, if you look at, you know, the actual Greek mythology. If you look at like the Hercules Disney movie, he's evil, but not in, like, you know, the actual mythology. Zeus is definitely way more evil than Hades, absolutely Greek mythology. And hell is kind of similar. It's like, oh, you die, right? It's not really like, you know, she isn't necessarily evil. She's just like the goddess of the dead, right? That being said, though, yeah, if you go to her realm, you kind of get the shitty spirit life, right? But you kind of just have to fight to play. Yeah, it's still a bad place to be in, though. So that's actually kind of where the symbolism, right, from all of the Christianity hell actually comes from, right? Because that actually the word for it, yeah, Helheim or Helden, and then of course because the, you know, like we see here, for example, right, the Danish, right, so when they conquered England, right, the Danelagen, so Danelag, right, or Danelag, right, so on, and then they have William the Conqueror and so on as well, right? Yeah, that's why the English has those words like Helheim, hell, and so on, and a lot of the imagery from, yeah, a lot of the imagery when it comes to the Christian hell, right, actually comes from the Norse mythology, or then of course it's called like Norse fate or whatever. Yeah. There's actually a lot of inspiration comes from hell, right? And then later on, so lastly here, it's actually Dante, right? They kind of created the more image of hell, right? Because in the Divine Comedy, which was by Dante Alighieri, right? You know, in Italian, very classic, right? He had these layers of hell, right? That's actually kind of where the main vision, right, comes from in Christianity, where how hell is, these different layers, and you have Judas in the bottom and so on, right? And how it's different kind of like pain and so on. That's actually how that comes from the most. And for example, Made in Abyss, right, you know, has different layers, right? The whole idea of like the different layers and how it works and so on, that's from Dante, right? So he kind of popularized, his book was very big, of course, still very big because Divine Comedy, and they kind of like, that is kind of the modern image of hell, comes from his book actually. But again, his book is inspired by, you know, the Viking ideas of Helheim, right? So in the episode, definitely. Good episode. But if you guys have, please subscribe to that. Oh yeah, check out the Thorgal video. It's made a video about a Viking comic book, right? Which is amazing. So if you guys have a great day.